Greetings. I know no one is actually on right now, but I just remembered that I said I'd start doing my little drops and things like that. Oh, hey, Anna. Look, I was just about to start doing my little drops because I was like, so I don't have to go through the whole waiting thing since I said I was trying to stop doing it the other day. Can you all see me clearly? The sun isn't out today, and I normally sit by a window. It's kind of, the lighting seems a little different. Hey, DJ Cliff. Okay, great. Okay, well, I'm gonna go ahead on and start. The replays are always up, well, for 24 hours anyway, in case anyone misses it. But, oh, okay, hey. Today I was, well, with, today I kind of woke up kind of in a mood. I really didn't feel like writing, even though I got tons of work to do. So I was just, wondering, like asking myself why I was feeling the way I was feeling, and wondering what I could do in order to get out of that mood because I know I have a lot to get done. And one thing that I kind of kept thinking about was the whole Kate Spates passing, and right now how people are paying attention to mental health. I was like, okay, well, why not talk about that? Because, that is something that's kind of, it was also playing a part in, I guess you say, what's going on with my mood right now and kind of what's been going on with me. And I made a post about how, it's nice to see people paying attention and discussing mental health. A little haze, but okay. Let me try maybe moving. I know normally I have to angle it on. That looks so dark. I don't know. Look, Cliff, if you had not said, then I would have been just going. And then my little tripod thing kind of. I don't think that was the effect I was going for either, but okay, I'm gonna try that, and I'm gonna scoot over, and maybe then, okay. But now it looks like I got oily skin or something. I don't know. All right, so mental health. So I was saying that normally we don't have these discussions. It seems like a lot of the times where people, oftentimes when I'm looking at people and what they're posting or whatever the situation may be, I'm often wondering if mental health is a part of the problem. I mean, you can't say that that's the issue with everything, but, a lot of the times I do believe it is. And yet I often see other people criticizing and, saying this, and they're like a lot of ugly things. And I don't think that they're thinking about mental health in those times. I don't think that they're considering that that may actually be what the problem is. It's not just, oh, so and so is just always in their feelings, or or this person is just always negative. And I was that thought just made me think about my own situation because of course, I've discussed my depression and anxiety before in the past, and just recently this year, I talked about it a little, but I talked about how I decided to go get help, and I now take medication, and I've been doing so since about 4 months now, and like I really like it. To me, this has been like my first time ever really seeing the world clearly since possibly before I was a teenager or something, because I've always just kind of had this down type of spirit, seems like it within me. And so it was like, even when I should have been happy in life at times, I wasn't. It was always something else. And then, like I've said before, well, I started realizing that it was depression like when I was about 27. Actually, I went to the doctor when I was about 20, 21 or something like that. And I received medication then, but I really didn't think that that's what it was. Hey, Emmett. And so I took the medication. I didn't like how it made me feel, and I just stopped. And I didn't, that was like a 5 year span or maybe 8 years. Whereas I didn't do anything at all. Hey, Quita. And so I was just just going along, but I was still dealing with mental health issues and just like really struggling with them, but not knowing what it was, not knowing that, I was dealing with depression. And then when I was about 27 and I really started reading more and understanding what depression is, I began to kind of look at my family. That was another thing that I think really, I guess you say, let me know, that kind of confirmed it. Like, yeah, that this is kind of like a generational thing. This isn't just you. This is a lot of the other people around you. Like, I saw it in particularly with the women. I even saw it with like some of the men, like one of my uncles. So I know that it's real. I know it wasn't just something that was in my head. And so, from there, I didn't do anything, but I just kind of started studying. But I did because I noticed that it was something that it seemed like it got worse as the individual got older. Like, I began to see people within the second generation grow into the same people from the first generation, to put it without naming names and everything. And it just really, it was a scary thing to watch. It still is a scary thing to watch. But I remember telling my brother, like, when I get to that point, when you see me going into that decline, like, that I need you to say something to me, because you're the only person that is close enough to me to know me, to know how I was before, or know who I really am, and to see that change within me. And I'm kind of emotional, kind of sharing that part, because it was like that was like a really changing point in my relationship with my brothers, with my brother, because we weren't all that close before. And even with our divide, like, even with us not even being all that close, that still kind of tied into that whole generational curse and that mental health issue, because it was family members that kind of played a part in us not just having that sibling relationship. Yes, I do believe it is hereditary. Hey, Chaser. And so, like, it was actually, I'm just gonna say, it was actually my grandmother. Lord, I said I'm gonna write a book about my grandmother one day, because that's just yeah, it can. But she was like the first person that I really noticed it with, because like, to me she would be extremely nice, and then to other people like my brother and my cousins, if she didn't like you, I mean, it was like a grown person. You know what I mean? Like, you were like a grown person. It wasn't a, oh, this is a child I don't care for. This is a grown person I don't care for. And so basically I'm just gonna treat them like shit. And so, being the grandchild that she actually liked, it was kind of weird. For the longest, it caused division between me and my brother and my cousins, because when you're a child, of course, when you're getting all these things, you don't think about, hey, so and so not getting this, and or she talks to this person like that. I wasn't thinking about that then, but then as I began to get older, excuse me, I'm gonna have to drink some water. Sorry, but as I began to get older, then I began to see, how there was a difference there, and it made me uncomfortable, and it also kind of made me pull away from her, and just I have a big heart, so it was like really disturbing for me to watch and to go through that, but I'm happy that we were able to move on past it, but I still continue to see my grandmother decline. Like, I would just see a lot of the crazy stuff that she would do, and I mean, just all type of stuff. Like, you'd be amazed. But watching her made me watch other people as well, and just seeing them go back into, like, grow into her. That's the reason why when my brother went to my brother and told him what I did. And then when I was 30, I went and actually sought treatment again. I did get medication, but then I ended up moving, because that was when I was in Atlanta. And so basically that brings us up to this year, whereas I went again, and now I am consistent with it, and now, like, I can just see the difference. So that's what I was originally trying to say before. It's just, for me, it was like actually seeing the world in color, whereas before I just wasn't able to see things. Like, I feel like I can actually think the way, I'm a Libra. I think that I can actually kind of think like a normal person now, because before I just really felt like I was trapped in my body, and my mind wasn't just, I've always been intelligent. I'm not going to say it was like Oh, I don't even know how to explain it, but it was a difficult thing like to experience, and just I'm happy that I am at this point where I am right now. Like I really am in a good space. I can see the light at the end of the tunnel. When I'm depressed, it's like I go down a rabbit hole is what I call it. And so, whereas like most people might have a issue or a problem and then they can get over it. Hey, Miss Latasha, for me, it's like I'm gonna take that issue and then I'm just gonna continue to just like spiral downward and until I just hit rock bottom. And so last month, like even with my medication, I got to the point whereas I was just basically tired. And so wait, let me read this because I cannot read it to her. Yes, yeah, definitely. I haven't just had anybody to say that it's white people problems. I just think most people just kind of dismiss it for me, like as if to say that it's not real. It's just in your head. But yeah, it is in my head. So I guess in some ways it's actually like you're confirming what you just said or what I said because it is in my head. But a lot of people just can't seem to grasp the concept of it. I don't think a lot of people can see what it really feels like, until you experience it for yourself. And that's why with me, I often write about it, and I write about it, I think, in great detail, whereas you can see what it is. And I'm sorry. My battery is about to die, but it's not dying just yet. So I'm gonna go ahead on and finish this part. What I said I was gonna do was actually break this up into some segments because I realize it is a lot that I want to talk about. Like I still want to touch on the whole generational part of things because I just want people to see. I know that it's been something that people have been talking about a lot. These generational curses and the healing and how that plays a part within my purpose. Like I just clearly see that now. But I'm trying to. I guess I'm starting here right now, and then I'm gonna work my way backwards. But what I wanted to say today, though, well, just like sharing, well, I can share and I have to get it out because I knew it was going to be hard for me to talk about either way. So I'm like, let me go ahead and get this little part out the way, and then I can move forward. So we're at the point where I am now taking medication as of this year, and even though I was in a good space and I guess I wasn't just feeling like, oh, everything is just, like this is the end of the world because that's how I used to be before. Every little situation, was the end of the world. If I forgot my coffee cup at home and I'm at the office at work, then that's the end of the world for me. I don't know how to proceed through the rest of my day because I left my coffee cup at home. And that's bothering me so much that I can't, really think about anything else. The sun is kind of coming out. Sorry, I'm trying to move this over. But I had a situation last month, whereas I'm gonna just hold this phone because we're not about to keep doing this. I'm trying to get my story out, and I'll forget stuff if I keep having to stop. Okay, I think y'all can see me now. So we had a situation last month. Well, I had a situation last month that even though I knew it wasn't just like the end of the world, it was something else that I was about to be losing, and I just could not deal with it. That's what I thought anyway. And so I was just like, before I have to do that again and like disappoint my kids, I was just kind of ready to go. Like I took some pills. I guess in a suicide attempt, really. And then at the same time, like I don't know how many pills you're supposed to take for it to work. But I took the pills and apparently they didn't work because I'm still here. And it was just kind of weird. Like, I don't know. For me, I just was like, okay, I took the pills and I'm not going to worry about it anymore since I'm still here. And I just moved on from it. But a big part of me was like, well, if nothing happened, I feel like God did keep me here. And that was just kind of like confirmation of, okay, he has something more for you. You could have just went on ahead and ended it all. But instead, he decided to keep me here. And so I was like, okay, if that's the case, then I'm just going to go ahead on and make the most of what I have. And just, even though I don't have as much as I like to have, and even though my life just seems crazy as hell all the time, I'm just going to continue to work through it, which is actually kind of why I started doing these lives, because I knew that was something that was holding me back in business. And and I needed to do it. Like Jermiel was telling me this all the time, so I was like, okay, if you're gonna give me, hey, if you're gonna give me this other chance, I'm not gonna necessarily say a second chance, but whatever the number the chance is, then I'm just gonna go ahead and take it, and I'm gonna really try to maximize on it. I'm gonna give it my all. And so with Kate's passing yesterday, it just kind of made me think, okay, maybe this is the time to be able to really talk about this, because you just experienced this, you just went through this, and you know that, hey, Ernest, and you know how you felt like people were just totally dismissing you. There were signs that you may have gave off, but then at the same time, I don't really have a lot of people in my life. So that was, it was only so many people that could catch it, but none of those caught it. And even while all of that was going on, no one even know that I even did what I did, y'all are the first people to know. That's the first time I've even shared that. Because I just, like I said, I just kind of was like, okay, well, move on past it. But it just really, it touched me, just to see that and see how people are just like, oh, I have her bag and I have her so-and-so, so-and-so. But, you may have this person right here that's on your timeline, or this person that you went to school with, or this person that you're seeing every day at work, and it doesn't register for you. Like, it doesn't even cross your mind that they may be dealing with the same thing. Yeah. Everybody already know I ain't got no friends, so Chaser. But Chaser, look, I would think you have a lot of friends, because looking at your Facebook page and seeing how they interact with you, I guess that could give that impression. Just a note. But yeah, so I plan to be discussing mental health and generational curses, and just what else? Well, yeah, that's basically it. But also in business news, because I was gonna be doing this in the beginning, and then like Anna came on, with who I really appreciate, because y'all know how I be feeling like these little birthday parties, as I call them. But we do have a really great Lenny Kravitz article hitting the website. That should be this week. So if anyone likes Lenny Kravitz or wants to see what he's been doing, what he's up to now, then definitely check him out. And we're also hiring. I haven't been talking about that much, but if you all know anyone who's good in sales, I'm not gonna say make this your regular job. Like if you're looking for a side hustle and you have a business network, then look, the curse, normally they help with the lighting, but the sun isn't out today. I don't, so it's like gray. But I'm about to be wrapping up though. I'm sorry. I moved over a little and it seemed like all of a sudden that helped. Email is come. You can go to swagger.net, and that is swagher.net. And oh, I was trying to tell you about the sales positions. So it's 30% commission, so you get 30% of whatever it is that you sell. Sales can go up high, like, as high as $500 that we've had thus far. Of course, as we continue to grow, that can continue to grow as well. But if anyone's looking for, a side hustle, as I was saying, or a side gig, a side job, something, and you want to make some extra money, and you have that business network, I think that's really important. Because it's advertisement, so that's what you'll actually be selling. But if anybody is interested in that, then you can also shoot us an email through the website. Chaser, you can actually visit the website, but I think, well, if you go on it for the first time ever, it's gonna give you that mailing list option, so you should be good to go also. Thank y'all. Look, I just kind of, y'all know, I be trying to read the comments, and then at the same time I'm trying to talk and remember what all I had to say, and I write stuff out, but like I said, half of the time I can't really write because of my hands, and so I don't want to just write in great detail, and since I don't have my other phone words, I could just type it out. It's just kind of a struggle for me, but I hope y'all will tune in to the next lives that I'm going to be doing. I can't quite say when, but I would say today is Wednesday, so I should be finished up by Friday or Saturday morning. Also, this evening I will be on Meet the World Image Solutions with Rhonda Lawson in New Orleans. It's actually, you all can watch it via Facebook Live. So I'm gonna be sharing that flyer. If anybody's interested in tuning in, I would greatly appreciate the support. And if you could share it, that would be even greater. In the meantime, I ask y'all to check out the website. Don't forget, we have our latest issue out, Changing the Narrative. It looked like I seemed like I went straight into commercial mode. I might can't do this, huh? But Changing the Narrative, which features Dr. Wendy Osifo as the cover story. and a lot of other people, such as the Ellises. A lot of y'all may have been watching their vlogs here on Instagram with Duval and Kadeen, but we have them in that issue. We have Sebastian Carson of the Grown Ass Movement, Stacey J. Johnson, the relationship coach. She also has the podcast. What is it? Sound Off with Stacey J. And a lot of other people. The Village Market is also in this issue. Someone had asked that before. So, so yeah. If anybody is, hey Rhonda, look, I was just telling them about me being on the show. If you could, can you leave like a link for the show here while I'm still on? Okay, I forgot I can't just sit there and wait. Sit there and wait the whole time on somebody to respond. Not to say it like that, but you know, like you think, I almost think I'm on the phone, and so you like, okay. Okay. If not, though, I'm gonna be sharing a flyer. I said when I disconnect, so it's fine. I'll just share the flyer and they can just go from there. But yeah, so I think that's everything, y'all. And peace and blessings and happy Wednesday.